All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start this off by saying this is a big L for me. This is a big fat L for me, and yeah. Well, why you posted up your L's? Everybody want to hear about your L's? Nah, this is for journaling purposes. This is for me just sort of like letting myself know that on this day this happened. All right, so basically, what I would normally do is after I go to training or after I go to the facility, I would come back and make a little video about it. And I haven't been making a lot of videos lately because I haven't been able to visit the facility as much as I like. And the big reason why is because, as I've mentioned multiple times before, I am financially stable. Let's go ahead and backtrack because I like backtracking. Um, so backtracking, and I want to say it was either July or August. Between July and August of last year, I decided that I was going to just pack up and go and come back to Texas and try to do the reality of wrestling thing. What really sort of sparked my interest to doing this was that Summer of Champions was going to be happening, and I don't know what it was, but something about Summer of Champions made me just want to go to that specific event. And now, looking back in hindsight, I could have easily just requested a vacation for that day, go to Summer of Champions, interact with everybody, talk with everybody, chop it up, and then come back, save up some money, and then go back over there again. That would have been a smarter decision. But instead, I said I'm just gonna pack up and I'm gonna move to Texas. This thing has got to happen. I gotta pursue it now. I gotta like I say, hindsight's 2020. So I packed up everything and moved to Texas. And for my first month in Texas, I was homeless until my cousin basically just said, I could crash at her place, while watching the dog while they're not there. You know what I'm saying? So I would watch the dog. I would like watch the dog and hang and kind of just crash out while everybody else was either at school or at work or something. And I ultimately got my job. I ultimately got the place, and now things are slowly, moving forward a little bit. With that being said, I've been here ever since. All right, that's the recap. But now there's more to it. There's more to the story than that. It has nothing to do with my cousin, of course. My cousin, obviously, a beacon of hope in this situation because she could have easily just like not have let me crash, and instead she did let me crash. To which I say, thanks for letting me crash. I was only there for like a few days before I got this place. But yeah, everything up till now has been luck. Like everything up until now has just been nothing but luck. I actually, since I've been working at my job, I've had like two low payment scares where like my financial situation kind of almost like got me at risk of losing this apartment. And like if you haven't guessed already, I'm broke, so I don't have a whole lot to start off with. But the fact of the matter is, I just like I said, this is basically luck, hope, and faith. It's not like I have enough money to do anything or that I've been doing well. I just managed like all I know how to do is keep a job. That's it. I've kept my job, and I've done everything I need to do to kind of like try to maintain what little bit that I have. Well, why don't you try doing DoorDash or something? To which I say, I tried Door. I'm trying to get into DoorDash right now just so I can get a little extra money. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. I am nervous about that. Exactly. I'm very I'm not good at like. I'm not gonna say I'm not good at driving, but like I'm not good at like this. Everything here is just like it's it's complicated. I can't explain it, but I get nervous when I'm driving to a place that I don't know, in panic mode, whatever. But I'm gonna try to find a way to get some extra money because right now my financial situation is not that great. I'm broke and I ain't got no groceries. I'm starving for these next 2 weeks. Um, but the fact of the matter is that like because I am broke, I haven't been able to go to training as much as I like. And apparently I've kind of just been sort of like going off. I've been being open and upfront about my financial situations to the powers that be at Reality of Wrestling and just let them know, hey, I'm financially unstable. I still want to be a part of this thing. Please don't kick me out the group chat. And they're like, no problem, but no problem. We'll find a way to work with you and get everything situated that way. Unfortunately, apparently I don't know what happened, but somebody ruined that for all of us broke boys. So somebody apparently came to the facility, wasn't paying, and apparently caused a ruckus. I'm not sure what happened, but because of that situation, now everybody now is like they're cracking down on tuition payments. It's not like, hey, it's not like you can go off your own merit anymore. To which I say, that's fine. I get that. Please don't kick me out the group chat. Um, that's basically what it is. It's like I still want to be a part of this thing. Please don't kick me out. I'm just broke right now. If I could get a better job, I would. If I can get a better job, a higher paying job, I would. But Lord knows, bro, people look at me and immediately go black, and it's like, yeah, I know. Hire me anyway. Yeah, I know. Hire me anyway. But but yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like financial problems is ultimately the reason why I'm not doing the thing that I want to do right now. It's very depressing too. I have been like really this past month has been like very 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 ridiculous for me. First off, like I said, I got my home invaded when I wasn't here. They and they stole stole the chicken ramen. They stole some of my clothes. To this day, I'm still paranoid that there's a possibility that they will come again and steal maybe my computer and other stuff. I also, my grandmother also died, and that actually took a bigger toll on me than I expected that it would. Then now I'm undergoing like I said, I'm back to undergoing financial issues. But before that, I was actually like getting more hours at my job. I was getting like some pretty reasonable hours, and even with those reasonable hours, I was still just making. I was still, after I get done paying all my bills and stuff, still had like maybe $14 to pay for like either gas or food. After every check is always gas or food. This time I chose gas, and I'm like, you know what? Might as well starve. I still gotta go places. Lord knows I need to lose the weight anyway. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. So it's like, now my brothers are basically telling me, come back to Baton Rouge. Come back to Baton Rouge. To which I actually did go back to Baton Rouge for my grandmother's funeral. And me and my brother, we just, we butted heads the whole time. We just fought the whole time. So it's like, I can't live with my brothers. You know what I mean? So I could probably like live with my dad, but the problem is that like, if I have to work, I would like somebody, I have to, I can't take care of my dad and work at the same time. It's just, it's a lot. It is a lot to think about. Like I'm going through a lot. I'm facing a lot of L's right now. I'm facing a lot of fails right now. And like, in my brain, I'm just like the better option would be go back to Baton Rouge, lick my wounds, try again down the line. But the other part of me is just saying, ball out till I fall out up in here until I try to get everything situated. It's just like the worst part is that like I'm trying my best right now to make my bills as small as possible, as minuscule as possible, so I can like be able to pay everything reasonably. And so far, it just feels like it feels like no matter how small I make my bills, my paycheck is just going to be that much smaller, and it's really frustrating because it's like I still I like saving money. I like being able to save money for later, and I can't save money if I don't have money, and it's very frustrating because it's like apparently there's a big chunk of my check is going into this this financial stock market thing, whatever, and like that's a big chunk of my check that I don't know what the money is going into. It says something about like check the Fidelity app to see what's going on. And it's like that's a lot of money that I could be using right now that I can't touch because I don't even know what you're doing with it. It's like stock market stuff, and apparently like I'm trying to learn about it so I can find out how to get that $400 out because I need that money. And they're just like, nope, that's our money now. And I'm like, what are you using it for? And it's like business jargon, investment. To which is, which I'm just assuming is like, well, it's our money now. You'll get it back when we feel like giving it to you. That's what investment sounds like to me now. So yeah, man, like I said, money, like right now, everything I'm currently, all the good stuff that's happening to me right now is off of grace of luck. Is either luck or it's just because of the fact that I've managed to talk to the right people and try my best to do the right thing. and let people know, hey, I'm not trying to scam, I'm not trying to grift. Here's your, like, I will have your money. I'm working towards it. I just don't have it right now, but I can get it. This is basically me just being upfront about it as much as possible, and them understanding my situation and knowing that I'm not trying to grift or scam nobody. You know what I mean? But it's just simply a fact of yeah, like right now, the whole the whole thing is that like I said, right now I got like $14, and I gotta go to the Dollar General and just figure out specifically, what cheap things can I buy that's gonna sustain me for like the next. Hold on, I'm checking it for the next um 9 days. I gotta buy 9 days worth of food for less than $14. So let's figure out what we're gonna do, right? I also I'm recently now kind of learning about the rewards programs on these like on these food things and on these like shopping apps and stuff like that. So like right now, I'm just trying my best to just sort of figure out exactly how to do that. But the whole thing about the rewards is you gotta pay you gotta pay money in order to get the free stuff, which makes sense. But it's still like but it's still like I mean like I don't have money. It's kind of like the whole financial literacy thing where they basically say, well, first part of financial literacy is having $2,000 to put into a savings account. I don't have $2,000. Well, why don't you have $2,000? I figured that was the literacy part that you could tell me. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, like the my biggest setback for why I'm not a professional wrestler right now, my biggest setback for why I'm not being a professional wrestler, like for as long as I've been wanting to be a professional wrestler, it's always been financial. It's always been like I'm doing everything myself, and I don't have I don't have rich family members. I'm not in the military. I'm not an influencer. I don't have like everything I got, like everything I'm doing right now. It's not like it's not like I can just put my life on hold because I'm chasing my dream. Like bills don't stop just because it's like bills don't stop just because I'm chasing my dream. It's still like I have to pay for rent, pay for car insurance, pay for the car note, pay for the car warranty, which I thought that's what car insurance was. Now it's like now you also have the rent, you also have the rent insurance, which is like what? And now it's like then there's food and gas and basic necessities like that. So it's like and I have to somehow manage to do all of this stuff with like $700. Rent is 800. So it's like well, why don't you just get a better job? I am trying. Trust me, Lord knows I'm trying. Like it's a challenge to get these jobs because it's a challenge. But I'm still working towards it. I'm still, like I said, right now everything that I'm doing is just survival. Is like everything I have is luck. Everything that I'm doing is survival, and everything I'm just trying to. I'm going with everything I got, and I don't really like asking. I don't like asking people for money, so I don't really do that. But I'm just sort of like keeping people posted on the fact that it's like I said, I'm doing all this myself. Sorry, Ken. Like I said, I'm still working on trying to get that world title for you, man. But it's just gonna be a lot longer process than it is. I'm sorry if I've been talking too long, but yeah, this is I'm going through a lot. I'm going through a lot, and the goal now is for things to sort of improve. Because I am working towards trying to make things improve. I am working towards trying to fix everything. But yeah, this is a low point. This is yet another low point. But I just hope it doesn't. I mean, I just hope it doesn't stay that way. Love, peace, and happiness to everybody out there, and you're gonna see me in the ring, just not right now.